So I've been playing World of Warcraft since 2004, since its release, and I've always been a collector of mounts. And recently, I got back into playing the game and stopped around the end of Legion, and now I'm trying to collect mounts, get them all done. And I recently got the 400 mount achievement, and I want to share with you 5 mounts that you get from Shadowlands that take very minimal effort to get, and some really nice looking mounts along the way. Anyway, let's jump up here and show you how to get all 5 of these mounts. So the first we're going to be looking at right here is Sinrunner Blanchy. This one here is going to take you 6 days to get, but it's very little effort involved in getting him unlocked. I actually love the style of it, the whole animation of it, and this is probably one of, at least in my opinion, when I first saw it, one of the better looking mounts inside of the game. As I said, it takes 6 days to get this mount unlocked, but the effort is very minimal. We're going to go through step by step from day 1 to day 6 to show you exactly what you need to do to get Sinrunner Blanchy unlocked. So step 1 is to find where dead Blanchy spawns, and we're going to put the waypoint for that right up here at the top of the screen. So once you get that, and once you know where to go, day 1 you need to give it handfuls of oats, and we'll put all of those on for waypoints as well. But you get the 8 handfuls of oats from Westfall. You need to go there, and they will be scattered all throughout Westfall. You need to find those oats and bring them back to Sinrunner Blanchy and give them to you. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you've collated everything that you need before it actually spawns. That way you'll be able to not miss the despawn timer. As I said, the majority of these daily quests or tasks are taking place inside of Rivendreth. And for day 2, you have to go to see Snickersnee, which is where you're going to get the grooming brush, and then you get it and you bring it back to Blanchy once again, and that's going to take care of day 2 for you. And again, we're going to leave all the waypoints up here for you. That way you can find all of your characters and the events for getting Sinrunner Blanchy unlocked. For day 3, you're going to need to collect 4 sturdy horseshoes, and they can be found on the roads outside of Darkhaven. So basically all I did was just fly around and find those horseshoes as they're laying on the ground, pick them all up, return to Blanchy, wait for Blanchy to spawn, and go ahead and give the sturdy horseshoes to Blanchy. So for day 4, you're going to need to get an empty water bucket. That can be found in Rivendreth as well. Again, waypoints for you as well. Once you get the empty water bucket, you need to go to either Bastion or Ardenweld, and there's going to be a lake there that you can get the water out of. It will allow you to use the bucket to interact with the lake or pretty much any body of water and fill the bucket up with clean water, and then you're going to bring it right back to Blanchy and turn it in again. The next thing we're going to need is the comfortable saddle blanket, and we get that from Tatru, the ethereal vendor outside of Rivendreth. Again, waypoints for it as well. And to be able to get the comfortable saddle blanket, you need to purchase it, and the purchase price changes from day to day depending on when you go seeing, but it consists of either 10 Widow Bloom, 10 Rising Glory, 10 Mirror Root, 10 Vigil's Torch, 30 Phantasmal Haunches, 30 Ethereal Meats, or 30 Creeping Crawler Meat. You can purchase all those from the author's house if you want to. This is what I did. Much simpler than farming all of these or some of these materials. Basically, just fly out there, see what it costs from Tatru, go back to the auction house, buy it and return, get an ethereal saddle blanket, get a saddle blanket, and return back to Blanchy and turn it in. Then finally for day 6, you're going to need to get 3 Dread Hollow Apples from Mims in the hole in the wall within Rivendreth. After you buy the apples, again, just return back to Blanchy one more time. Give Blanchy the apples and you'll be rewarded with Blanchy's rings, and you can go ahead and right click on it and add Blanchy, Sinrunner Blanchy to your mount collection. So the next mount we're going to be working on is Sundancer. Sundancer takes place in Bastion. You're going to need 2 things to be able to get Sundancer unlocked for yourself from Bastion. So the first thing you're going to need is the Sky Strider glider. It can be purchased from the auction house, or if you have Ascended Crafting, you can craft one for yourself. But anyway, once you get the glider, you're going to need to go back to Bastion, and you're going to need to find this statue or monument. Once you find this monument, you're going to be able to click on it, and it's going to give you a 30-minute buff right here at the top. Buff lasts for 30 minutes. It's called Sun Rider's Blessing. You have to have the blessing and the glider to be able to get on Sundancer while it flies around the outside edge of Bastion. I'll show you exactly with waypoints where you can find them. The spawn time is anywhere from an hour. I've read some comments that said it took 3 or 4 hours, but for me personally, I sat here for about an hour waiting for Sundancer to spawn. Once it spawns, I followed it around, got close enough, made sure I had my glider equipped and the buff. Once you use the glider, you can float successfully onto Sundancer's back, and then you actually have to fight to keep the mount under control or break the mount so that way you're able to ride it. Once after a period of time you go through the process of doing this, He will land. It'll put you back on the ground. You need to go over to the shrine where it's at right now, and he'll spawn, and you need to fight him. And eventually, you will get him out once you kill him. I know when I was doing this personally for myself, after I was able to use the soothe command to be able to get Sundancer to land and come over there and fight him for myself, he becomes active and becomes hostile, and you kill him. I know a lot of people said that it wasn't 100% drop. However, I did this solo, killed Sundancer one time, and looted the mount and equipped it with no issue whatsoever. If there is a drop rate on it, I haven't seen it. And for any of the other comments I read while, looking up how to get Sundancer, I saw that they got it on the first try as well. Now let's take you over here and show you exactly where Sundancer can spawn. So right here, and as you notice, I'm using TomTom commands. So basically he will fly, or she, whichever it is, will fly around the outside edge of the map on Bastion. And as you go through here, you'll be able to turn around. In the event that you don't or are not able to capture Sundancer, it can have the potential to despawn. So you're gonna have to wait once again to be able to capture. As you can see right here, there is Sundancer right here perfectly. And you just follow it around if you've got the glider equipped. Once you have the glider, you'll be able to land on Sundancer's back and fight him once you soothe him enough to be able to get on him and do the fight. But I'm just in luck today that Sundancer is here right now. So there we go right there. After you have Sundancer soothed, Sundancer will land right here next to the shrine, and you can go ahead and refresh the buff if you need to. However, you shouldn't have to worry about it. Then you're going to fight Sundancer, and again, once you finish fighting him or his health gets low enough, you can go ahead and loot the mount. Again, for me, it was 100% drop. I don't know how it is for anyone else. But again, Sundancer for me personally, 100% drop, and a great mount, a great looking mount as well. So the next mount we're going to be looking at is the Shimmermist Runner. If you notice, the Shimmermist Runner looks a lot like Sundancer. However, there is a few different colors. So the Sundancer is kind of a yellowish white, whereas the Shimmermist Runner is got purple accents and kind of like a bluish green kind of coat. But to be able to get the Shimmermist Runner, you actually have to go through a maze to get it unlocked and fight a boss or a semi-boss at the end named Shizger. I don't know how to pronounce it. But the first thing you need to do is start right here. Again, waypoints will be on the screen for you. So first thing you do, run through this gate. You're going to go all the way down, and if you notice, what you're going to be looking for are the blue lamps on the tops of the poles or below. So if you notice right there is our first blue lamp right there. So we're going to take this left, go through here. Once we get through this left right here, we're going to take our next right, which is right up here. Again, you can notice there's our blue lamps right there. So let's go through here. Run through this one here. Once we get through this one, we are going to take our next left through these blue lamps again. There's our blue lamps. So go through there, which is right here on the right. So go through here. Once you go through ahead, we're going to go, once you get through here, you're going to go straight ahead because there is our next one. If you notice real quick, we back up for a second. That lamp right there is red. You do not want to go through any way or go in any of the ones that are red. If you mess up, you need to go back to the very beginning of the maze and do it all over once again. So go through here. Once you go straight ahead, you're going to take your next left turn, which is where our blue lamps are also. Go through there. There is Shizger, and there is also the Shimmermist Runner as well. Once you go ahead and kill him, then you can go ahead and loot the mount, or you're given the mount of the Shimmermist Runner. If you have a max level character, this should be a pretty simple fight, but let's just go ahead and kill it just for the sake of today's video. So I'm just going to drop everything, going to nuke him all the way out. There we go. And that is just how simple it is to kill him at max level, and my item level is only 607, so nothing like extremely, great or whatever. And then we're able to get the Shimmermist Runner once we kill him. The next mount we're going to be getting is the Aboreal Gulper. It is a relatively simple mount to get. As you can see, this is what it looks like. Basically, just a big old frog wearing a mask. It is only a ground mount, nothing really to look at. But again, if you're trying to collect mounts inside of the game and you want to get the achievements done, this is a really simple mount to get. If you notice right here, we have some damp loam. And what we need to do right here is place an unusually large mushroom in there. And then he will spawn. Once the mushroom grows and it pops, humongous will come out. You'll be able to kill him and get this mount. But what you need to do after you find this position, go around, kill a bunch of mobs, and you'll be able to get the drop off of one of the mobs. Come back with the mushroom, plant it, it grows, and then you're able to successfully get them out for yourself. I think it took me about maybe 15 or 20 minutes farming, you know, different mobs. I killed a couple of rares as well, but eventually it dropped off just a regular old mob inside of Ardent Well. I just flew around killing stuff while I was doing some rare searching as well, and got the mushroom, came back, planted it, and just as simple, got this mount. The next mount we're going to be looking at is the Slime Serpent. One thing about this mount, it requires you to actually go in a dungeon, which is Plaguefall. This can be done on Heroic or Mythic. Basically, all you're going to be doing is going inside, kill all the bosses. Once you finish and killing the last boss, you're going to go back to the teleporter, and it's going to be the first mobs. On your left, there will be the Slime Serpent. Go over it, kill it, loot the mount, and you are good to go. But again, let's go in here and show you exactly what you need to do and where it's at. But anyway, if you enjoy these types of guides, let me know down in the comment section below. And we'll try to do some more of these mount guides also, because I am currently working on getting my next achievement on my account for the mounts. So inside of Plaguefall, once you kill Dominant Venom Blade, you're going to drop down from there to get to the last boss once you get there. All right, so we're going to kill this last boss right here. Let's go ahead and do it. Again, I'm level 80, so this is relatively simple. You can do it as a max level character. I've seen other people do it at level 70 as well. So go ahead and kill her. Go ahead and last 25%. She's dead. We can loot her, but we're not really worried about loot off of her. We are going to run back up here. Go back through this door. And if you notice, off to the right, there is a simple little room. You're going to go in that room. Take that teleporter. So go up. Room right there. Take the teleporter. It's going to port you all the way back to the top of the hole that we dropped down in. Go out here. The first little mob you see are going to be right here to the left. So let's go ahead and do this. And since I've already got the mount, it's not going to show up for me. But you can go ahead and loot the mount once you kill the Slime Serpent from over here. Since I've already looted the mount, it's not going to appear right here. But this is where you need to go to be able to get the Slime Serpent mount for yourself. And that is just how easy it is to get 5 mounts from Shadowlands with a max level character. You can do pretty much all of these at around level 70 as well. But these are 5 mounts that you can get to help you towards your mount achievements. And there we go, 5 easy to get mounts from Shadowlands with little to minimal effort. And you can add those great mounts, and I enjoy using all of them myself. If you like these kind of guides, let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know how many mounts you have, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. And until then, always much love, boys and girls.